party?
It's airing right now.
Sorry.
No worries, honey. We'll talk about that
Later.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, do you still want to do the push pull?
Yeah, we can
Or
do
do you
it.
want to do
There's couples, so.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that.
Or you
Okay.
want to do the push pull?
Ew, she's lame.
Are we the only people coming tonight?
So far.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, you said everything was like.
It
So
is.
it was
Oh,
like-
yeah, it's live right now. Yeah, the
Oh,
live stream.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I was like, well, if people are like gonna be trickling in, and it was like.
No, people always trickle in. It's fine. No worries. Okay, so Crystal, why don't you tell us what we are doing?
We're doing an activity.
And speak loudly enough so our team members who are tuning in can hear you too. Because they always are like, I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Sure. So we're gonna get into partners. So partner up with somebody.
Coming, sorry. I have to find myself a little sort of all mixed together.
Okay. Okay. So determine who's partner A and who's partner B.
Partner A. Okay.
First in the alphabet.
Okay. It could be A and then I'll
Okay.
be B.
So partner A. Oh. So partner A. Remember what partner B's do?
No.
Do I have to follow somebody and have them
No.
catch me? Because
How much do you trust her? How much do you trust her?
But
But
it's a lot to do. So.
Okay, so it's only us. Okay, so partner A.
What's partner O?
I think Mom shot it in the meeting.
We should do that though.
Yes.
Trusting? Okay.
But at the picnic, not here.
Yeah.
Okay, not inside. I'm maybe on grass.
Or a bed of pillows. Or with ball, like,
Yeah.
So partner A, you're gonna push as hard as possible. You're gonna face to face with your partner and palm up.
You're A.
Yeah.
Okay.
So partner A, you're gonna push as hard as you can. Partner B, don't push at all. Just gently sway your hand. Okay?
You can sway. Okay.
Do I still push? Yeah, you keep pushing.
Wait, A pushes, B sways.
Yeah.
You're not pushing.
I don't want to push you.
Okay, so
So,
are you pushing?
yeah, really? Yeah. You pushing as hard as you can. though. Oh, I think you're supposed to push as hard
Are you
as
supposed to
can.
push hard?
Oh.
Are you pushing hard?
Okay, you're swaying. Gently. Okay. So the purpose of this, it shows you when you push, others push back. So when you're forceful, they're gonna push back at you or like, put the wall up. But when you dance, others will follow your lead.
Oh.
You notice when you started swaying,
You
had
know
no
it.
choice. She had to follow, right? So,
Well, Han's too fast.
Mom was dancing. She wasn't
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, but you didn't say dance though.
But yeah.
That's good. Okay, that reminds me. Remember that one time you guys shared that video on the team page of that dude who was dancing all by himself, all crazy, and then all of a sudden some more people came in the bigger crowd, and at first people were like, "Oh, he's so crazy," but then people caught on. That kind of reminded me of that, So, ooh, that's a good exercise. Okay, so I really like that. Crystal brought that up, and this is one of the ideas: is to just do some activity like that. Like at each of our events, each of our meetings and stuff. This one was good because it shows you, especially like now, at this time in our business where some people, the bonuses are a great thing and all, but sometimes when that much pressure is put on some people, I feel like we can share out of a space where it's like we're pushing people and not in a good thing. So that was really good and powerful in that when you are able to do something to pull people along, like they'll vibrate with your vibes, like what you're giving out. So that was a really good exercise to demonstrate that. Because I had never done anything like that before. When she read them earlier, I was like, well, that would be interesting to have to do. Yeah, so that was good. Because it's exactly like it. When you push, people push you back, right? It's just like same thing. You gotta kill people with kindness. Like, sometimes you run across those in customer service, you work in the salon and everything. You run into people who are just kind of nasty, and you're just like even nicer to them because you figure the nicer you are, the more it breaks them down. They're like, dang, this isn't working on this person, you know? So it's kind of like that idea where you just kind of break through the just push, don't push people away. And I think that this industry is a very easy one to fall into that trap of like turning people off if you're not careful, because they already have such a negative connotation of what direct sales is and what MLMs is. Oh, it's a pyramid, you know, type of a thing. Exactly.
And we've had a couple people try to sway us from networks.
To other
And
companies?
they were really pushy.
Yeah.
So we're like, I'm dealing with that right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, you know what, that's not how we do, you know, like, we've never tried to sway somebody to come over to our side. We just keep doing our thing, and if you wanna come along, then, you know, you're more than welcome to, but we don't like constantly message them and say like, oh, how often do you talk to your CEO? Like, what kind of question is that?
Wow. So, see, and I think there's going to be all kinds of apples, right? Like, there's going to be people who are like that in our company, and there's going to be people, you know, but I think this is where leading from whatever example that you want to set for your team, whatever pace you want to set for your team, whatever example you want to set for your future team, you know? So this is what, I mean, I think that's like what we try to do, you know, is try to show that to our team members in how we do our actions and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so awesome. Awesome activity. All right, so I want to do some recognition first from the month of February. Can you believe it? February is a super short month already, and we're into March now, and it's March 2nd. So if you ran an auto ship in the month of February, if you wrapped somebody in the month of February, if you wrapped yourself in the month of February, okay, if you enrolled a new loyal customer in the month of February, please give yourself a round of applause. If you enrolled a new team member in the month of February, give yourself a round of applause. Okay? If you had a 400 PBV in the month of February, yay! Give yourself a round of applause. And if you promoted to a new level in the month of February, anybody? Okay, I'm going to give a round of applause to our team members who did promote in the month of February. We had several promote to executive and to Ruby. And y'all know what happens next, right? Because executive and rubies help make up emeralds, diamonds, double diamonds, and so on and so forth. So don't believe, just watch, right? So we're going to continue with that motif here into this coming month here as we work into March. So I just want to remind everybody, I know tonight is a Monday night, which is kind of weird because we've been on the Wednesday kick for a little while now. We used to have our team meetings on a Monday, way back when. So, but this is on a Monday, so always read everything carefully that gets sent out so that you don't assume it's happening on a certain day that you're accustomed to. And I will let you guys know the schedule. Thank you for plugging in tonight and showing up, of course, and for our team members who are listening, watching the stream. But I will keep you guys posted on our weekly sample parties. It's going to get quite crazy. I now have the schedule for both boys baseball teams and stuff, and it's kind of crazy. But I'm looking to see, it's probably going to move to, I think we might have to stay with Mondays.
Thursday or Friday.
So, and that's because just looking at, this is the less of the evils with the schedule and the calendar, and at least I know that for the most part I will have spousal support at home to help with the limited games and practices that happens on the Monday, but that's the beauty of our business, right? Being able to switch things up on the fly. So, but I'll keep you guys posted when I set up the recurring events and stuff. I'll keep you posted. Plus, the Arlington is available on Monday evenings. It's not available on Tuesday evenings. So, yeah.
Monday's okay, yeah.
What's that?
Mondays are okay.
Mondays would be a good day, get people off on the right start to their week. I'm thinking, come, sample, it's Mondays. A lot of people don't like Mondays. We don't have a problem with Mondays, but a lot of people don't like Mondays. So it would be a good thing for them to come out and start their week with us. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But show up to your events, plug into your uplines calls, plug into your uplines local meetings, plug into local one team one missions, to It Works You trainings. They just released the Phoenix, Arizona date ones, and I know we have a big team in Arizona Cinco de Mayo, and send them to It Works You. So plug into those opportunities. They're 4 or 5 hour events, 4-hour events with corporate there, with Dr. Don there, with, did they say Louise too? Was he at the last?
I think so.
Okay. Dallas is happening tonight or tomorrow, I believe. So it's been received very well. The first one that was in Orlando a couple of weeks ago. So opportunity calls. Our next opportunity call that I'm doing is on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock our time. So if you have potential, send them the information, let them dial in, let them listen. How do you get people to get on these calls for you, right? So here's my little thing that I would challenge you to tell people. Hey, my upline is doing an opportunity call this Thursday. Here's the information for it. And she's challenged me to get 5 people to listen to this call. And she's challenged me to let me contact you, follow up, and ask questions so I can practice sharing the opportunity information. Can you be one of my 5 people? I would really like to complete my challenge for the month, or for the week, okay? So get 5 people on the call if you can. Why not, right? Let them dial in, let them listen to it, and just say, hey, I've been challenged to get 5 people. All you have to do is listen to this call. It's maybe 20 minutes, and then afterwards, if you wouldn't mind letting me follow up with you for just a few minutes to ask you a couple of questions, because I need to practice with 5 people this week. If any excuse for you to make it a challenge, do it. Because they don't know any better that it's a challenge or that it's not a challenge, and it improves all of us. You know, we all get the opportunity to practice it again and again, but what happens with the challenges is that in that practice, that person that you're practicing with, they get a light turned on. Something hits them, something strikes a chord with them, and they're like, I think I'm interested, you know? And so that can just help you grow your business a little bit more in a way that you didn't realize it could grow.
Would you do new contacts, or what about those old ones?
Both.
Okay.
I do them all. Right now, nothing gets left untouched. Absolutely, any of them. And if they are older contacts, you know, just say it's a new opportunity call that she's doing this week, and use the challenge thing. I did that all the time in my previous direct sales experience. It was taught to do that, and I used it all the time. It worked like a charm. People said yes. People, you know, they helped. They thought they were helping me practice as I grew and whatnot. They didn't realize that they were listening with, and once they heard it and everything, they got interested.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really great way to get people to at least listen and be open to listening, right? That's one of the challenges, is to get people to get you to that next level so that you can actually present the information to them. So this is a very non-threatening way, you know, of approaching it. So weekly opportunity calls, our team calls, of course, on Sundays. Did you guys get a chance to listen to Allie? Yeah. That was good. Oh, my team calls. I'll share the numbers with you for every Sunday night. Yes. You're like,
no, because I know there are ones on Sunday.
Yes, the corporate call ones are on Sundays at 7 o'clock our time. Exactly. Exactly. So
I was saying no to that though too, so that's what I was like.
No worries, no worries. So those are, I hope that they've been really helpful with, because I feel like we have a variety of a lot of new people. We have a lot of us who've been in for 2+ years and stuff, and so I just wanted to bring in as many variety of speakers so that you guys can hear all these different stories, so you can pull from a story that you really like, depending on who you talk to. You know, you might be talking to somebody who has a story similar to Allie, where she was a huge skeptic, or you might be talking to somebody who's a college student, like Chase was. So all these speakers, you'll be able to hear, you know, and you get to ask them questions at the end of the call. So always be prepared. And I took like 7 pages of notes last night on Allie's call, and then re-listened to the call again today. So it was a really good one. So plug into that. Our speaker for this coming Sunday, she was on the verge of quitting. On the verge of quitting. So it's going to be a powerful story. So plug into that. And then also, oh gosh, lost my train of thought there. Plug into those, and also get your team members to plug into those as well. I think that when we are on the calls, our team is more likely to follow suit and be on the calls as well. But tag your team members in those so that they know when the call is. Remind them, because people do forget all the time. You know, Sunday evening they're crazy and hectic, especially for us. It's great for East Coast because it's, you know, unwinding time. But for us, we're still in the middle of like dinner and baths and Sunday night stuff. So. Green carpet, there's only one in the United States this year. It's July 24th and 25th. It's in Bradenton, Florida. We are working it out in our schedule to try to get there as well. So mark your calendars. If you can get there, get there. If not, plan to. I think they plan to tune in for all the announcements coming out from that weekend. And then, of course, the Limelight France is in October. So if you want to go international, which would be amazing, yeah, that would be amazing. So, oh sure. So those are the events that I know of. Our closest It Works U is Phoenix for us, you guys. There's nothing in San Francisco or Sacramento or anything like that. The closest one is down there. And I haven't seen a closer one-team, one-mission that's drivable yet. And I know I was trying to work on one here, but literally time goes so fast, you guys. I apologize, but let's see what we can do to get something on the books, hopefully in the next quarter or so. So we'll see about that. But yeah, so just plug into all those events as much as you can. You guys know that corporate calls happen on Sunday, Monday nights. Listen to those. Usually the only time I ever schedule anything that might conflict is this once a month meeting on the Monday nights, and that's it. I never will schedule anything around that otherwise. So plug in to show up, to go up. And now let's get into the bulk of tonight's training. 29 days until March 31st. Whether you or your team members are going for the Ruby $500 bonus, whether, how long have you been in, Sarah? I was just wondering, I couldn't remember if you were eligible for a Ruby. Okay, so there's the Ruby bonus, and if you guys have team members, I know you guys just brought in and sponsored a new team member today. You guys want them, yes, exactly. You guys want them to get to Ruby as fast as possible. Success loves speed. And Eric Worre says it all the time. If you ever listen to him, he says it all the time. A plane that's cruising along will never take off, right? You've got to have that huge momentum, that huge burst in order for a plane to take off. You can't just taxi along here and expect to ever take off. So this is a great time because we're building so much momentum right now. Use that as your launch pad. Get your team members as excited and as plugged in as possible so that they can be in the loop. I think that when you are in this circle, in this bubble and everything else, you feel you're more connected, one. And then two, you own up to what your goals are, what you state, what your intentions are. You know that your brothers and sisters in black, bling, and green are all around you, supporting you, lifting you up when you need it, or when they need it, you're lifting them up. And then that puts you in more of a leadership, you're helping lead and guide and mentor as well. So get your team members plugged in so that they can get the best start possible. It's something that we have to kind of teach people and coach people with because some people are not very good with plugging in and dialing on a Sunday, Monday night call. Some people are not used to, I don't want to be tagged on Facebook, I want to use social media, so getting them adjusted and letting them know what a resource it is instead of like a chore, for example. But plugging them in right away because our goal is to help people get to Ruby as fast as possible. There's the $500 bonus right now, right? So there's a $500 bonus when they hit Ruby, in addition to the fast starts that they may be receiving, in addition to their commissions already as a Ruby distributor. So get them there as fast as possible so they can have a bit of that success and a taste for that success as well. Because Rubies build every other level. So that's why you want to help get them to Ruby as fast as possible. If you're not Ruby yet, get to Ruby, okay? And then help everybody get to Ruby as well. When you are working your business, work your business with intention. Every single day, work your business with intention. I feel like I don't have to tell you guys this, of course, but I feel like it does need to be reminded because so many times, especially when we get into this position, people will start to freak out. Am I going to hit my goal? Am I not going to hit my goal? Oh my God, I got to blitz 50 people today. And they go out and, that, oh my gosh, I have to blitz so many people starts to like really push down on you and that hangs over you. It's like a big cloud. And instead of going out and sharing what you already are passionate about and love and stuff, it holds you back because you all of a sudden have this huge number over you and you're not even sure if you can chip away at it. So instead of putting that out there, just live the blitz. Everywhere you go, a shirt. Be bright green, be a little more blingy, wear blingies because anything that sparkles, people are like, oh, that's so cute. Catches people's attention all the time, So everywhere you go, say hello to people, open your mouth, say hi, how are you, how is your day going? Smile, put the phone away, unless you're taking it out to friend request them on Facebook because your chat with them is going really, really well. But these next 29 days, go out, run your errands, take your kids to a park, set up play dates with friends, with people that you haven't seen in a while, try out a new mommy's group, and meet people. Meet people and allow yourself the opportunity to sit and just chat with them and let that conversation naturally happen. When you're in a sitting, like a play date or something. When you're running your errands and stuff, find something to talk to them about. How's your day going? And then if some, and you guys know this, some checkout people are just not as very customer service oriented. I don't know why they're in the checkout industry, right? But when they go to hand you your receipt at the end of the conversation, at the end of the transaction, thank you so much for your help today. Here's a coupon for my business. This is for you. If it's not for you, pass it on to somebody else. But you could even just say, thank you for your help today with my groceries. Here's a coupon for you. Simple as that, right? So super, super simple, super easy, but find those ways to talk to people in these next 29 days so you can easily work that in there. And it just starts with, hi, how was your day today? Or hi, how are you? To start that conversation with them, okay? So 29 days to do that with intention instead of the other way around where you're like, I've got to blitz 50 people a day. But if that works for you, that route, go right ahead. For me, I just know that I have to go out and incorporate it. Like when we did our blitz challenge at the marina, I did that because that was the exercise that day. That was the goal. That was the purpose. Bless you. But on a regular, I like to work it right into the lifestyle, which is how I've been building and growing and most comfortable doing, right? Yeah. So not to say that when you push yourselves outside of your comfort zone, that's not a bad thing either. So just always with intention. I have an exercise for you guys. I'm going to call you out right now. What's your why? Why are you a distributor? I know I put you on the spot. Why are you a distributor? When Barb brought this information to you, or you saw it on Instagram or social media or whatever, what made you decide to join?
My husband.
Really?
Yeah. Potentially getting him not working so many hours, because at the time he was working 60 plus hours a week.
Wow.
Sometimes 80, and he hated it. And he wasn't, getting paid for it because he was on salary.
Right.
But I was like, well, if I can do this and bring some extra money in or whatever, maybe you can just kind of stop.
Okay.
And he laughed at me, and he continues to still tell me that I'm, whatever, but he believes in me, so that's good enough, I guess.
That's good. Okay, so that's your why. All right.
I don't have kids, so, my kids aren't really like it. I have dogs.
Okay, but that's a good reason. That's a really good reason. Okay. What's your why?
My why? Well, I was really excited when I saw this company. Because she came home, telling me. So I was, really excited because I was trying to get fit and stuff. So when she bought the products, I was, gung-ho. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to work. And then when I looked more deep into it with the business side, I think I was looking more towards, what she said, bringing my husband home because he works too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, just working too much, where it's like he doesn't see us often.
He doesn't enjoy himself.
Yeah. He probably doesn't even know, who he is.
Right.
Because
he
he works
doesn't have the
so
time to
much.
do it. Work
Yeah.
defines him right now.
And he can't really enjoy the kids because by the time he's home, he's tired. So I just want him to experience a good family.
Yes.
So just family oriented. I just want us to be together.
That's your why.
And I don't want to grow old and he's still working.
Right. Right.
And I'm here with the kids and the kids don't see him. So that's my why.
That's a good one. I want you to share yours. I've heard it a lot of times, but I want to hear it again.
I'm not trying to crack it up.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So there's only us. Remember, ready? Getting my emotions started.
Okay.
Well, when I first started this business, I wanted to sign up as a loyal customer, but my sister convinced me to do the distributor part. Because if it works for us, we have so much people that could benefit from it. So I was like, okay. So we signed up. And at first my why was me. I was struggling with my weight. I hurt my back. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hurt my back. Where I was doing hardcore workouts with her and watching what we did, and we lost a lot of weight. But something happened where I twisted the wrong way and I couldn't stand up from this. I couldn't stand up straight. And that was going on for like a couple of days. And so when I finally went to the doctor, she said, just brisk walking. Don't even push it. I'm like, it's cold. Where am I going to walk? You know, and so when this came along, I was, of course, skeptic. But when I tried it, it really helped me get back to me again. And then doing this for over 2 years, your why is going to change a lot. But my why is family. My kids, my husband, my parents. I want to do something better for them. So.
You can just stop right there.
I know.
I'm going to cut you off right now. I don't know if you have plans to finish or arrive, but I'm just going to stop you right
Save it for the next day.
Yeah, can you save it for the next bit? Okay, and I'm glad you brought up the point that you have been a distributor. Is your 2-year anniversary yet? No. Almost?
We passed.
It just a couple days ago?
That February.
Oh, I thought it was March. I thought you were March. Oh, you're March. That's right. Okay, so you've been, and then this is a good point that she makes. Your why changes as you grow on this journey of yours. It totally changes because, like for example, I always use Lori Conway's because hers was one of the first stories I heard when I joined this team. Because Lori wanted to make, she was a stay-at-home mom, husband's a successful personal banker, right? They have 4 kids. They didn't need any extra money. All she wanted was nail money, so she wasn't taking nail money out of the family budget, right? So she wanted to join for $200 a month, nail money, all right? Some people join for nail money. Our nail technician's sitting here going, who pays $200 a month for nails? Okay, maybe it was a little shoe money, maybe it was coffee money too, I don't know. Yes, correct.
Okay. It was mani-pedi.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Okay, so anyways, y'all, some people do start for nail money, hair money, I started because I was like, if we could even make a little extra couple hundred a month, that would help us not be so burdened by bills, So, but your why changes, your reasoning changes. Once you start to, change lives, once you start to make a little bit more money where you realize, okay, the more lives I change, the more money I'll make, the less I'll have to worry, where you don't even focus on the money anymore. You focus on changing people's lives, right? So your why changes. So you do this at first for that because why? Because I don't want to be burdened by the bills. And then, why? What's your why now? My why is to bring my kids home from daycare because now I see the potential and I want the time to spend with my kids, And then after that, it's what's your why now? My why is to become completely debt-free so I don't have to worry about any choices, any decisions, etc. What's your why now at this stage of the game? To bring my husband home.
Yep.
So your why changes as you grow on your journey. Your why just changed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And when
In my
you
head,
and your hubby have kids on down the road, if you and your hubby have kids on down the road, your why could change again. Okay? Because now you're introducing little human children into your lives, and you right now can never even fathom it. I get it. You can't even fathom what it would be like. Okay, she's never had kids. But anyhow, your why changes in your journey because the more people's lives you change, the more it changes you, the more it changes your reasoning for being in this business and then staying in this business. So, this is a good exercise. This is good to put you guys on the spot for you to say and vocalize what your why is because one, if you don't know what your why is, you need to sit down and figure it out. I know I sound like a broken record, and we've said that many times again. Oh, okay, good. She's not on my team page though, so. But I say that because defining yourself with why you are doing this, why you do what you do, over any other reason is the most powerful way to share yourself, to share what you have, to get people to really engage with you and to invoke that sort of emotional response out of them, okay? Start with why. And if you have not read that book, Start With Why, I need y'all to read that book. If you're not a reader, if you'd rather listen to it, I listen to most of my books on audible.com. They have an app for most smartphones and tablets and all that good
I
stuff.
think I actually have it.
Okay, but if you'd rather listen to it, you guys. You know, this should be part of your personal development, is listening to something every single day, all right? When you're making dinner, you know, if you have time, any sort of time, listen to it for a little bit. So when you start with why, it's, much stronger than starting with, I've got hair, skin, and nails, who wants a tight, tone, and firm? You know, versus, I remember my lack of confidence after having my kids, you know, and how I felt when summertime approached and everything else. And there's nothing like feeling good about yourself from the inside out to make you feel better about who you are, a better mom, a better parent, a better spouse. You know, there's nothing like confidence to help you be a better person all the way around. That's what these wraps do for me. Okay, see the difference there versus 4 wraps is a complete treatment for $59 versus nothing replaces confidence. And confidence can only come from the inside out. And these wraps help me get my confidence back. Okay? Or supplements, or whatever it is that you want to lead with. But when you lead with your why, people, it's more passionate. It's more believing versus 4 wraps is complete treatment for $59.
And they can connect to.
Exactly. That connection is very powerful and very important. Because when you can create a connection, you start to create a relationship. When you start to create a relationship, you can start to build trust. Once you have trust, you have loyalty, you have a following, you have a tribe. And that's how you build, when people are successful on social media, how do you think they do it? They have that connection with their audience, with their followers, okay? And so defining that why is really, really important. So each day, don't show up. So don't wake up and show up with just intention to sell something, okay? Don't just show up to sell something. You've got to look for ways to help people feel more confident, to help people feel good about themselves again. And so that's why, like, when you see my posts, you know, when you see people posting their pictures and stuff, it's not constant, you know, look at her results. You can get these 2 for $59. One, that's not compliant. Everyone's results varies, right? But 2, you've made no connection with them whatsoever. You know, the only people who might even consider that, and yes, there's a good enough number of people out there that's why people are able to sell it all the time, is because you're only going to get the people who are looking for that quick fix, are the only ones you're going to buy. They're the ones who are not going to want to change anything about their lifestyles. They're going to want to be the ones who come back and say that the products don't work, and they're not going to be able to make the lifestyle adjustments to experience like how I feel that our company helps people with those lifestyle changes. I like our products because you don't have to make a 180 from the get-go to see results, right? Okay? And for a lot of people, for the majority of people, it is really hard to just cold turkey, not drink soda for an entire month, or doing the cherry of Lent. Not eat chocolate, okay? Just go out and work out hard every day for the next 90 days, right? And then quit.
In general.
Exactly. Sure, you'll get results, you know, because something is being pounded into you, or you're doing like this strict diet for like 90 days or whatever it is. Sure, you'll get results. But you're also starving yourself, you know, because you're craving something so bad, and you're not fixing the mind. When you fix the mind, everything else follows. And that's why with our products, it makes it easy to incorporate it into your lifestyle. Once people, you know, wrap and they start to see the results, they want to make those changes so they can get even better results from their wraps. You know, oh, I can have this supplement to help me burn calories. Oh, great, let me try that ThermoFit. Oh, I can get all my fruits and veggies from the greens and help balance the body, detoxify and alkalize. Okay, I'll try the greens, and all I have to do is drink it. Sure, now I'll have the greens. So we're helping them make these changes one step at a time, okay? But your posts have to share that. Who you are as an individual, who we are as an individual, has to portray that. Like, people have to believe that you are just as passionate about all of your products and your opportunity as they would want somebody to be. You know, there are, how many of us now, you know, there's about 100,000 distributors worldwide. Why pick you? Why should they pick you to go with when they probably follow at least 20 other distributors on Instagram, right? Because I meet so many people nowadays orders from Instagram too, and they can pick to buy from anybody else. But you know, one girl said, "Oh, you're the only person who ever responded to, you know, how it works or what, you know, like how to use the products and stuff. Everybody else would ignore me or delete my comments." So engaging, connecting with people, sharing so that they know who you are personally, so that they can make that connection with you. So that means Sarah with no H is not going to connect with somebody who's a mom, for example, possibly. You know what I mean? Because her posts are more dog lovers on his dogs of IG, right? She's going to be getting people who are more she's going to connect with more people. Not to say that she's not going to be able to. I'm sure you have plenty of mom customers. But okay, so because you know moms love the product, but I bet she has a better connection with like a dog mom. You know what I mean? So this is just where your passion has to show through in everything that you do. And when you have your why behind it, you're going to be that much stronger in your passion, in what you do, in helping carry you through those bad days, the good days, the bad moments, helps you get you through that. And these next 29 days, I want to feel it in your excitement when you share what you've done. I want to feel it in every post that you talk about and that you share. I want that intention, that passion to be able to read and shine through in each of your posts that you put out. So we always talk about like on social media, you know, your laundry doesn't go there type of a thing, right? Laundry goes in baskets in your home. That's like I tell my kids all the time. It doesn't go on Facebook. Dirty laundry doesn't go on Facebook. So it needs to exude what you're feeling inside of you for your business, your passion. And if you have lost any bit of that passion, if you've lost any bit of that, you need to sit down and analyze that why. And then I want you to either wrap yourself or go whack somebody and look at those results and find that excitement again. Because in helping that person achieve those results in those 45 minutes or 3 days after that or 6 days after that doesn't get you excited, then you're not wrapping enough people and you're not sharing it with enough people. Okay? So this was a good quote. When you're why focused, you won't care what anyone else is doing and you won't care what your competition is doing. This is something where I feel that within ourselves, where we are like, oh my gosh, Sarah's my competition. I'm gonna block her on Instagram. She can't see anything I'm doing. I'm not gonna invite her to my team meetings and stuff.
It happened today.
It happens all the time.
Right,
It
from
happens.
a personal friend.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I was like, oh.
Okay, but don't take it personally. Their opinions don't. This doesn't
It's
matter.
actually
So.
a friend union. She's gonna friend you again.
So.
Somebody's gonna friend you and then she's gonna watch you from that.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. It's happened.
So, you guys, y'all are not my competition. All the distributors in the Reno Sparks area are not my competition. No other distributor is my competition. The person who looks back at me in the mirror, that's my competition. Okay? That's what we need to focus on. Comparison is a thief of joy. I am focusing on what I do. When I started my photography business, sure, I researched the market area and everything else, but I said, these prices are too low. If I want to run a boutique photography business, if I want to ever like leave the corporate world and do just photography, I'm not going to be your $100 photographer. I can't do it. I would be spending way too much time away from my family, away from my home, in order to make ends meet. Do you know how many sessions I would have to shoot per month? And so with my business plan on the photography side, I was like, I only want to shoot this many sessions a month, and I want to make this much a month. Therefore, if I want to make this much money a month, and I only want to have this many sessions a month, each session needs to average out to, let's say, $2,000 a session. So I'm not a photographer for everybody, right? So think about that. I'm not going to be competing with all those other photographers because I'm not going to be competing. I'm not even in the market to compete with the photographers who do charge $100, $200, right? I am looking at what puts the bread and butter on the table for my family. And I am I'm pricing myself here because I want to work with people who are looking at prices here. I'm not looking at people who are looking at prices here. Similar thing, similar idea, you know, with competition. Your only competition is yourself. You are not competing with, I'm not competing with you, I'm not competing with you, I'm not competing with you, you're not competing with anybody else but yourself. And when you're focusing on your why, when you're focusing on why you're doing this, what you need to do every single day in order to work towards that why of yours, you aren't gonna worry about what anybody else is doing either. It's not gonna matter to you whatsoever. They could be doing $20 wraps and it won't even faze you. Does it bother? No, I don't care, more power to you. As long as you're not selling for $10 or $12 or $14, you know, then that means you're compliant, more power to you. You know, I don't look and worry, oh my gosh, so-and-so signed 20 distributors last month. What am I doing wrong? Nothing. Okay? So nothing at all. You could sign 20 distributors, but if 20 of them aren't doing anything, what does that do for you, right? So focus on you. Focus on that why. Focus on everything that you share should be that powerful and should be that impactful behind it, okay? So that way people will know, they will turn to you for this great source of inspiration and motivation. They may not be ready to make that leap yet, but they know that when they're ready to, they're gonna come to you because you're a powerful source of inspiration. And that you don't care what anybody else thinks, you are doing this for you are doing this for your family, you are doing this with purpose and intention because you're working with a why so powerful, nothing will stop you, nothing will stand in your way until you accomplish that. When you start it all with that, it's going to be very, very powerful for you, and you're going to be able to do the things that you don't want to do. You know, a lot of us, blitzing is not a favorite, right? So that's why I prefer to be out and about and living, do the lifestyle blitzing, right? And so, that leads us into, any questions about why? About like, when you see me posting those long drawn out novels, you know? And like those are brought on around, you know, events that happen. Like, Brady's teacher passed away. Like, he never knew her because she left sick in the fall, like the day that he was supposed to be testing for kindergarten. But she passed away just a couple days ago. She has twin kindergartners, a 4th grader and a 9th grader. And so I do use things that happen around to reflect upon, to share, and to post about. Because if your life ended today, what are you leaving with your family with? You know? Sorry. So but think about that, you know, and that's why like I do pull from life experience. I do pull from things that happen, and I try to put it in a way that people can relate to and understand. You know, and so it's just one of those things where the playground mood was different that morning. I can't remember if it was Friday or Thursday morning now. The playground mood is Friday. It happened on Thursday, and the playground mood was very different on Friday. You could just tell the teachers outside on recess duty and stuff. You just tell the mood was just different. So, if you're the house, what kind of legacy would you leave for your family? What would they remember about you? Do you want them to remember the time spent with you as, oh, Mom was cranky? You know, Mom yelled too much? I mean, really. You know, our mom was at work all the time. You know, and I get, like I've said before, there are people who are very good at what they do at their day jobs, and we need those people in those positions. But you also have to, it's our responsibility to go out there and relate to and touch those people who are not happy at what they do, right? And who are still trying to find their purpose, just like we all were when we wanted to start this company for a couple hundred or whatever it is, and now we have the ability to help people change their lives. So, that is what I mean about passion and knowing why you do your business. Like the other night at our month-end thing, when you said, you know, I'm just doing this for a little bit here and there, and that made me think. I'm like, I know she has a deeper reason. What is it? You know, you don't just join this. And as committed as you are, you've been to every meeting since conference. You've been to every extra event, you know, like the month-end thing and stuff. And like, you're not just doing this just because. I mean, I'm fine with what I make now. I'm just doing this just because. I didn't believe that for even a moment. Because your actions don't say that, you know. So behind everything, you've got to discover that purpose and that why. And when you talk to your team members, your potential team members, when you find out what it is that drives them, when you talk to them and you say, why do you want to do this? Why are you interested in this? What would be your first goal with this? Find out what it is. You need to find out what that is, because then that will tell you what kind of jogger, runner, sprinter, walker that they might be with their business. And we draw people into our business because of what we put out. So if you're bringing in people who you feel are just not working, not doing anything, why did they join? Okay, what kind of vibe did you put out there when they came and joined your team? Versus now, when your mind changes on your journey, right? Now you're working with more passion, now you're working with more intention because you're more focused and you can see what this has brought to you and what this has done for you. Now you're putting out a different vibe and people are seeing that passion, that excitement, and that reality of, wow, I really could do something with this. You know, I really could make this difference for my family. When you find people who are on that same page as you with their why, with just as strong of a why, people who are passionate, people who are motivated and driven, you know, and know how to have fun and know how to work hard and stuff, versus somebody who has, you know, has the skill set, but doesn't necessarily have the passion and whatnot. You can't teach passion. You can't teach that skill. Like, they have to have it. So that's why when you sponsor people into this, you can coach them in all those other areas, but if somebody already has the passion and knows nothing else, you can always coach all those other things to help teach them those things. But you can't coach passion with somebody. That's one thing that's really hard to do. You know, you can't necessarily teach somebody how to personality, right? It's kind of one of those things where you do or you don't. So that leads me into being the passion, the why and stuff, but now I want to talk about, that leads you into pushing you into doing things that you don't want to do, like blitzing. And blitzing, whether you're doing a social media blitz, whether you're doing face-to-face blitz, we tend to say too much. Yes? I go back, my friend who I just sponsored today, who just joined the team today, I actually went back and scrolled to our first messages last year. And I was, disgusted is not the right word, I was kind of stunned. These paragraphs that I sent her, and I'm like, people actually took their time to read this crap? So, less is more. And I've been practicing that a lot, especially because my social media interactions with people have grown so much, and I've learned by trial and error that I can't send somebody a spiel this long on an Instagram direct message and expect them to get back to me. So, less is more. So we're going to role play, alright? I'm going to be the distributor, because you guys can put me on the spot, alright? I'm going to run into you somewhere. Okay, so give me a scenario, any scenario, where I'm going to blitz you. Set it up. That way I'm completely unprepared.
I hope those people at the grocery store, so do you? Those people at the grocery store?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I'm gonna be at a grocery store.
Alright. Pushing along my cart. Okay, we're in the produce aisle or something like that. Pushing along the cart. So, assuming I'm close enough to have a conversation, right? Alright, so I'm pushing along in the cart. I see, I'm obviously got my shirt, I've got my lanyard hanging off my purse, probably got one or two kids with me. And I run into Sarah, no kids, she's just walking along in the produce section shopping too. I smile, hi, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Again, you know, shopping, obviously, next to her. Oh my gosh, I see you're picking up some of those strawberries.
Is this supposed to be like a legit thing?
Yes.
Okay, because I can't have strawberries.
Oh! Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, I see you're picking up some kale.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I put kales in my, you know what, I cook with kale too, but you know, I put kale in my protein shakes every morning. What do you do with your kale?
Well, this will be probably like the second time I've tried it. So I'm gonna try to make the kale chips.
Oh, that's so awesome. Are you doing that so that you can get more fruits and vegetables in your day? Is that why you're doing that? Or are you just trying something different for your health?
Trying something different to get
So-
more vegetables into our family since we're a broccoli family.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a really good idea. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can never seem to get enough fresh fruits and vegetables in my family too. I'm just so glad that I can at least get them to drink their greens every day so they get their fruits and vegetables.
Oh my gosh, what are greens?
Okay, see how is that how easily it can flow. Granted, you probably won't have too many opportunities where that much conversation. I mean, you're a distributor, so, but it can be like that. Somebody could be picking up they could be going through picking up fruits and vegetables, and all it takes is for you to start a conversation. And I know we've all been in that position before, where we're like, okay, you're talking to me. What do you want? What do you know? What are you doing? But you know what? What does it hurt? Just say hello, how are ya? Those mangoes look good, or, oh my gosh, look, they thought, I can't wait to put these in my protein shakes in the morning, and I'm like, oh, they can either say, yeah, that's a good idea, or, oh, I never thought about that, or I do this with my kale. It can start to bring some sort of conversation. You've got to put yourself in that position to have a sort of conversation. Okay, another role play situation. Let's do a Facebook blitz. Okay. Uh-huh.
Like I,
Do you want me to be a distributor, or do you want to be a distributor?
oh, I know one.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate my job.
Ooh, so I see that as your status update, right? So I'm gonna go, I've done this before. Hey Casey, I was just strolling through my Facebook this morning and I saw your post. Are you okay, girl? What's going on at your job?
No, I have to work overtime every day. And my kids are sick.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry to hear that. And I totally know how you feel because I felt the same way before when I used to work my job too. I hated having to work overtime. I had clients coming in and my kids were sick and I couldn't take care of them, and I feel for you there. Have you thought about doing something else that would allow you to be home with your kids while still making money?
Like what?
I don't know if you've seen what I've been up to, but I'm able to build this business and work it around my family's schedule. Send. Okay? Never more than what a question exists, right? Never more. So when I see something like that, I do send them a message. I see something in my feed that, oh, I hate my job. Oh my gosh, this truck just broke down. We don't have the money, and so-and-so's needs this for sports or whatever it is. I reach out because that's just not, instead of all the, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll be thinking of you, I hope it works out messages that they, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
Sure, that support, sympathy, whatnot, empathy, but I'm gonna message them, I'll say, hey, I'm so sorry to hear about your situation, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes, a personal message where you reach out to them. Start that conversation. If it's somebody that you haven't actually engaged with for a long time, this is why I feel like you have to engage with your Facebook friends. And I've told the girls before, but I hide all It Works distributors from my Facebook newsfeed. I'm not trying to sell to you. You're not trying to sell to me. I'm not gonna buy from you. You're not gonna buy from me. I like our friendship and all, but I'm trying to also reach all these people who are not It Works distributors. People I went to grade school with, high school with, college with, people that I've met as a result of my day jobs when I was still working. I'm gonna connect with those people. I want them to, know that there is a way if they are looking for a better way. So when I see something like that, I will make sure, one, that I've been engaging with them. Because if you send them a message out of the blue and you haven't engaged with them in 4 years, that's no weird.
Yeah.
Okay? Exactly. So I'll make sure I engage with them. So that means if I see something like that, and if I haven't engaged with them in a while, I'm gonna go to their profile and like a few things, to kind of keep up with them, and then I'm gonna keep tabs on them. I'm not gonna message anything directly about it yet, I'm gonna comment on things, and then in several days or a week, if I still see that they're something is going on, hey, it's nice to connect with you here on Facebook. I couldn't help but notice, you look great and all, but couldn't help but notice you guys are struggling right now, or something's happening with so-and-so, or this situation. What's going on, And hopefully that you still have a relationship enough for them to be able to open up to you. If not, it'd be kind of weird or something like that. But If not, you know, you can say something like, you know, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I saw this on your news feed, and it was on my heart, and I just knew that I had to message you, otherwise I would not be able to stop thinking about this, because you are in this situation, and I know how you feel, because either you've been there personally, either I've been there, you know, because I was there, or I had a friend. And this is where all those stories that you start to learn about comes in, or I had a friend who was in the exact same position as you, where she wasn't sure how she was going to pay this XYZ because of this unnecessary bill that came up, unexpected bill that came up. So that's how I engage with people when I see that in my news feed and stuff. And I never give them more information than what they ask for. You have to allow that conversation to happen to develop. Same thing when people ask me about the wraps. Okay, can you send me more info about the wraps? Hey, so how much do you know about the wraps? Have you ever heard of them? And then they answer, I've seen them on those Instagram and social media, and I've seen the things that you post. Oh, okay. Have you ever tried them? No. All right. So, well, you know, it's body specific, and then you go into it a little bit at a time. I still don't give them the whole spiel in one typed out thing anymore. That way it engages the conversation. That way you know if they have questions along the way. That way they can ask what they want to ask instead of you just slamming this information in their face and they're like, whoa, I didn't even need to care about that. I just wanted to know how much it costs because I'm ready to go. And now I've turned off from this because this is way too much for me to read and I'm not a reader. Okay? So just as much info as they want and keep that conversation flowing. So, is that helpful? Okay? Some of the back and forth and snippets? Alright. So, okay, so that was good role playing. Okay, charting. I need to talk about growing, promoting charting. I know your goal is executive. I know what your goals are. I know what your goals are. I mean, you guys are sort of stretching for diamonds and double diamonds. So, I want to talk about growing and promoting, looking at your chart. Always be focused on your chart. This is your steps to success, of course. Every single month, we run our product order for our ADBD auto ship. We gather 4 loyal customers every single month, and our goal, 3 people who want to make some money with you, and help them do steps 1 and steps 2, and then help at least 1 of those people go out and also find 2 people who want to make some money with them as well, and teach those 2 people steps 1 and steps 2, and have them complete as well. We all know that that means Ruby. That sets you up to go Ruby, right? And we are all helping our new team members get to Ruby as fast as we possibly can, yes? So, you look at your charts. You always focus on your chart. So if you are a distributor, your next focus is your executive chart, okay? Pull out your executive chart and look at there. When you have a new team member, fill their name in one of those spots. When you get another team member, fill their name in the next spot, pull out your Ruby chart, put their names on the Ruby chart, and then you focus on the Ruby chart. Okay? You get another team member, you put them in that 3rd top line spot for your Ruby chart. And you've got your charts right in front of you, good girl. So you've got your name, so you've got 3 people on your top line now. Let's say you're helping one of your team members try to find those 2 people who want to make some extra money, but in the meantime, you sign a 4th distributor. What are you going to do with your 4th distributor? Place them. Place them, because we always build for that next promotion, right? The charts are our roadmap. The charts show us what we need to do, where we go next. So if you get a team member, your 4th team member, before any of your other 3 get a team member, you now can place to start filling out that Ruby chart. So now you pick one of those 3. Who's it going to be that you pick? This is always a crapshoot, y'all. We don't know who's going to be a rock star, a rap star, who's going to be a runner, a jogger, a walker, a bystander. We don't know any of those things. It is a crapshoot, honestly. It's a gamble. It's a risk. Nobody knows the proper answer. Pick one and place them under them. All right? That's why if you have a relationship and can build those relationships ahead of time, if you have those existing relationships with people, that's a good thing. If not, finding out their why and their reason and getting them plugged in and started as soon as possible is the really next best thing that you can do to decide and look and see like what kind of a runner they might be or a jogger they might be, so that way you can match your time, energy, and efforts with them as close as possible. So if you get a 4th distributor, there you go, you know what to do. And then let's say then you get a 5th distributor. You also place to fill that Ruby chart. Now your Ruby chart is filled up. Okay? Your goal, if you're brand new, is to get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days for the $120 product rebate credit. Beyond that, if you already got your product rebate credit, it's time to move loyal customers. If you're looking to grow and promote, you move your loyal customers. Where do you need to fill volume in your chart? First level, second level, where do you need to place those loyal customers to fill that volume so that it can help you grow and promote? So if everyone did their part, obviously this would be so much easier to grow and promote, right? But we have some people whose goals aren't the same as ours. You know, we have some team members who are slow and steady, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then you'll have some people who are fast and runners with, you know, they're ready to run with you. So in order for us to grow and promote, it depends on us to also place in order to promote. So always look at the chart. Where's your next empty box that needs to be filled? That's where you place your next team member that you've sponsored. That there should be no doubt in your mind about where they need to go sometimes. Some situations are different. If you have a gut feeling, you know, on some distributors, obviously that's going to be a little bit different. For the most part though, those charts are provided by the company. That's your roadmap for each of the promotions, each stage of the game. And then with loyal customers, we all know that in order to promote, everyone's box needs to be at 400 in volume. That's why teaching our team members to get to 400 is really, really important. And it's so simple to do, right? If we are teaching them to wrap people and enroll customers and teaching them to plug in so that they can see that everyone else is working and doing the same things as they're doing. So teaching our team members to do that is great, but if it does, that area is a little bit short of 400 in volume and everyone needs to be at 400 in order to promote, you have the ability to move your personally enrolled loyal customers within 24-hour window, move them where you need to fill those volume in those areas. And we teach our team members to do the same. You want your team members to get fast start qualified with their 2 loyal customers as soon as possible, gives them a best start, gets them fast start qualified, gets you a $100 enroller bonus, and gets everyone off to a really great start. Bless you. But you do that because it teaches them, the faster they get their 2 loyals, the better it teaches them to do the same for their team members that they bring on in the future as well, okay? So that $100 fast start that you will receive is far more than, let's say, if they do a box of wraps for 3 months in a row and you're getting 15% commission off that loyal customer for 3 months in a row. Make sense? Okay, so fast starting, we teach our team members to get fast started. We teach our team members to run a product, their auto shipment, their ADBV every single month. Because if they don't have wraps, how are they going to wrap anybody? If they don't have products, how are they going to be a product of the product? How are they going to love the products that we have? How are they going to be able to use the products that we have and share that testimony with people? That passion, that excitement, it's not going to be there. So teach our team members that the ADBV is still the law, you know. Teach them to follow the chart, and we follow the charts as well for the next growth, the next promotion, and teach them to get fast start qualified, earn that 120 in their first 30 days, and then place as needed with their loyal customers to help their team grow and promote as well. We want people to grow and promote. We want, because that brings excitement, and with that excitement comes momentum. And from momentum grows promotions and everything else, and that growth during this time in our business. Y'all remember last spring? Oh yeah. You guys do. This time of the year, that momentum, you know, volume spike, and people getting ready for spring break, getting ready for summer. This is prime time. So do your work and get in front of people. Share that passion, share that excitement so you can bring people in who are just as passionate about doing something as you are. And it doesn't matter what they're doing, as long as they're passionate about it, you can teach them the rest. You can teach them how to Facebook message people. You can teach them how to talk to people when they're out in public. You can teach all those things to somebody who's passionate and excited about doing something. Okay? So, does anyone have questions about charting? Okay, you guys are good there. Alright, so you guys just remember always, innovation is born out of struggle. You know, and in that book, they talk about Southwest Airlines. They talk about how Southwest Airlines used to be one of the worst airline companies because they had the worst turnaround, no flights were ever on time. So nowadays, I think that they said that Southwest can land a plane, clear it off, turn it around in like 15 minutes. And that's why they're able to be on time, which saves them a lot of money. People can get places, it's no fluff, you know, you pay what you pay, you know what you're getting, there's no fluff and everything about it. But that's why, and their flight attendants. You know that every most Southwest flight attendants have a personality, but they hire for that, y'all. They hire people who are passionate about working. They hire people with those personalities because you can teach everything else. You can teach, you know, FAA regulations. You can teach all those things that they teach, just like we can teach all those things to somebody who's passionate and excited about doing something, you know. So when you find those right people and you pull them in, not push them away, when you're able to sway with them, it can do amazing things for your team. But you gotta find those people who will sway with you. Maybe not quite as violently as I was swaying. I was trying to throw you off. I wanted to see if it would work.
You wanted me to follow you.
I know, like, you're not pushing. Come on. I think I was trying to push. No. So, what questions do we have? You guys, 29 days until March 31st. We have more time right now than we had all in the month of February. Think about it. Always focus on the 24 hours in front of you. Do you guys want to hear what my crazy challenge I have for myself for this month is?
Sure.
At least one new loyal customer or distributor every day. Goal. So I'm on par, I'm on task. I had one new loyal customer yesterday, one new distributor this morning, and one new loyal customer this afternoon, actually. So, all from home. I didn't even leave my house, y'all.
Put clothes on.
I didn't have to shower to come here. I figured I better shower. But that's my crazy challenge for myself for this month. So we have more time right now than we had in the entire month of February, y'all. And I seriously, looking at February and what our team did, I'm just seriously so blown away. So blown away. Our volume, our team collaborative volume in February 2015 was almost twice as much as February 2014.
Congratulations.
Thank you, but not without everyone's efforts. It's amazing, amazing. So that, and you know, that's why I push myself and I challenge myself and I do these crazy things because I see it. You know, who doesn't want what we have? Who doesn't want their lives changed? Who doesn't want to feel better about their hair? You know, who doesn't want to feel better and look better, be more confident with their face with that lip and eye cream? You know, eyes are the windows to the soul. So use those things to help you propel in your business. You know, it's just one of those things. This is the time of year. People want what we have. We just got to find those right people and set up whatever challenge to yourself that you want to. So, one per day is mine. It was a big one. It's a big one, but think back. Look back on your times where you promoted and the times when you grew. Look at those steps to success sheets or look at the numbers for that month and look back at how many customers did you enroll. You know, I remember going for Diamond 2 years ago, last month and this month, and it was just crazy how many loyal customers I enrolled and how many team members I enrolled. So I need to repeat and at times double of that. And that's what I'm looking to bring into my business. So if you want it, that's what we gotta do, right? So if you wanna join my crazy challenge, definitely more than welcome to. But that's how I'm pushing myself this month and have your goals in front of you so that you know what you're working towards. Be very focused, have your to-do list every single day. My to-do list is pretty similar from day to day, but I still write out every single thing that I need to do so I can stay on task. Because working from home is still crazy, right? So it's easy to get pulled in directions. Kids want to play this for a while, kids want to do this, you gotta break up fights, you know, your baby wants you to sit and read with him for 3 hours. I mean, you've got to stay on task, and that means getting up earlier so you can take care of a majority of those tasks before you do your mom responsibilities. Then get up earlier. If it means you stay up later because now you have to wait for the kiddos to be asleep, and you wait for the kiddos to be asleep. So but have that task, be very oriented and do them to get you that double good. Time, TikTok, 29 days. You guys have anything you want to add? Anything you want to share?
How do you work
feel like they're not confident
Yeah, like
enough
they
to do
don't.
what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. It builds. And you guys are the perfect story to share. And if you're talking to people who you're friends with already, they probably know that, right?
Yeah.
They probably have watched your journey, but that's what I mean by sharing your story and relating with them. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way because I didn't even speak at the rap party that I went to. What I found was, it's true, she didn't. I remember. What I found was, I love these products, and they changed my confidence level in myself and how I view myself, and I knew that I couldn't keep that to myself, and I had to share that with every mom and every person that I could. And as a result of doing that, my confidence just grew, because I fell in love with these products. And the products have changed my health, they've changed how I feel about my body, being a mom of, 3 kids. So, so you can start with something like that. And this is where it comes in handy to know the leader stories, like Madra's and Roller, Caroline Close, I believe is her name. Madra's and Roller, quiet, shy, So it's good to know these, and it takes all sorts of people. So confidence for some might be shown differently than for others, but that's one of the things that if somebody comes at you, like, oh, I'm not confident enough to do what you do, you share your story. If you don't have that, you share somebody else's story, okay? But you make it relatable for them. You don't just brush it off, oh, don't worry about that. You don't do that at all, ever, no matter what that objection of theirs is. You put it in a relatable term so that they can see past that. I don't know as many people as you. Do you have 2 friends? Maybe some relatives? Because you know what? Those friends and those relatives, they know people you don't know. And they can help you get started by coming to your practice parties. Doing a practice party for you and inviting a couple of their friends, and now all of a sudden, they've opened up, your network has been opened up to those couple of friends. And then you can book practice parties with those friends who are at your first practice party, and they can invite their friends, and that's why it's called networking. You don't have to know everybody. So that's another objection, that's another thing that you can, share to help them feel more comfortable. So,
Going off of the confidence or how you do it, what do you do with people who say, I don't have the money for it?
okay,
As in not even just the startup of the ADBB, or even on top of that, having another extra little something.
okay. So you're talking about people who are not only financially struggling, but they're also poor in mindset. Because they're so deeply burdened with financial struggles that they can't even think of abundance, right?
And they can't see past that.
How badly do they want to get out of that hole? Do you want to be in that rut for the rest of your life? Or do you want to take the chance to do something like this? Because I know how you feel. And I actually know a leader down the company, Nikki, who felt the same way as she was going through foreclosure. And she watched this lady make rat cash just like that. And she reached out to her to see how she could do it. What she found was she was able to find 4 friends who wanted to pay her ahead of time for her wraps. And so she came up with the money to buy her business builder kit. When the product came in, she wrapped the 4 friends who had already paid with the first 4 wraps. And then just go from there. In this instance, probably be one of the few times that I tell people that they can be commission qualified with the 150 PBV, which was only new since November,
Right.
but only in this instance, because there's such a scarcity mentality in them, only in this instance would I share after I've had them watch Nikki's video, From Freedom to Foreclosure. It's on my YouTube channel if you need it. Only after they've watched that, because if they've watched that and it still speaks to them, it's still on their heart, like, wow, this is really powerful. Because some people can be broke as joke, but they don't want to do anything to get themselves to make a change. We can't help those people. because they have to want to help themselves, okay? But if after sharing that video or a similar video to that with somebody to share the story, if they watch that and that moves them and inspires them to want to do it, and they go out and find 4 people who want to prepay for their wraps, then you can help them move forward. You can share with them, look, this is how you make wrap cash. And in order for you to make wrap cash, you've got to have wraps on hand. And this is why you do this. If you do this, your business can pay for itself every month. You will not have to touch money out of your family's household money to pay for your business. So you've got to be able to talk to them, but if they have a very deep scarcity mentality, you can't pull them out of that. Right? You can only guide them and hope that they see it for themselves. But that's how I would approach somebody who's like, I'm broke. What do you want to say, broke? I know I didn't. So, they gotta change. Good one. Any others? Oh.
What about the ones who say they don't have enough time to do it? I mean, you laugh, but it's like,
Oh no!
well, right, but I'm saying you've probably dealt with it too. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't have the time for this. I work a 40-hour job. I have kids. I have this. I have that.
I agree with them because that was me. Because I tell them, I know how you feel. I use the feel, felt, found a lot. I use the 3 F's a lot. I try not to use the other F. So I know how you feel. I felt the same way because when I started this opportunity, I was working full-time. And when I say full-time in the hotel industry, that's like 50 hours a week or more. I also had a photography business, and my boys were only 2 and 4, and my husband worked swing shifts, so we were like 2 sales passing in the night. Okay? So I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I know how you feel. I felt the same way because of those reasons. What I found was busy people know how to get the most things done. And if something is that important to you, you won't make time for it. And once I saw the potential, once I saw how my friends were affected, the people that I shared it with, how they were affected, and once I started to make some money, you better believe I made time to grow this because I saw what it could do for my family. So use the feel, felt, found. I tell them busy people know how to get things done. And they understand that because they themselves are juggling and prioritizing. They probably have lists going all the time because I don't know any busy person who doesn't, have their list going at all times. So that is some of the things that I say to them, that busy people know how to get the most done. And I respect and appreciate busy people because you don't waste my time, because you know how valuable time is. So, but we make time for the things that are important to us.
Are most passionate about.
And most passionate about, And if you are passionate about creating a better lifestyle for your family, if you are passionate about being debt-free, if you're passionate about finding a way to have a more quality of family, more quality time with your family, you'll do the things that need to be done in order to create that. So it's important to you, you'll make it happen. And I attest that to anybody. Like if fitness is important for somebody, they will find a way to work out. They will get up earlier. They will work out over lunch. They will do it at night. When everybody's in bed and asleep, they will find the time to do it. They work it into their day. I love I don't have time, but then all of a sudden they meet somebody new and they start dating people. Oh, where did you have all that time before? Now you're spending hours every night on the phone, going out, texting, talking. Where did all that time come from? You make time for the things that are important to you, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's, you make time to watch your shows. You know what I mean? I have my shows that I like recorded. I always have DVR. I've never watched anything live. I don't ever think I have. Yeah. Maybe way back then before DVR. But since the rising of DVR, I think I've recorded everything because I don't have time to do commercials anymore, right? But you make time to watch your shows on scandals on Thursday nights. You make time for those things. After I've been working all day, and I know that Tom works late on, the couple of nights a week that he works late on, I know that if I can get all my work done by this time, I can hop in bed and watch my shows while I'm still doing social media. Because Tom's not there to yell at me and get on my phone. Right? So, but, that goes, but when you're with your family, though, you need to focus on your family. guys have heard me say that before. So I will do social media and watch shows because I know I couldn't do it any other way. But if you're with your family, that phone needs to be placed down like this, not silencer on.
Or somewhere completely not in your reach.
Exactly. Because that's where that balance comes in. That's where the, oh my gosh, this business is taking away from my family. Are you kidding me? You own your time, and you say that this is taking away from your family, then you're not prioritizing enough. You are not managing your time. That's why I say pull out your calendar, highlight the dates that you want to work your business and are available to work your business in those time slots. You own your time, you own your calendar. Hey, you want a free wrap party? I'm so excited for you to get to hear about these products. I've got time on Monday evening at 6 o'clock at the Arlington House. It's centrally located. It's a great venue for the wrap event, the sample party. Or I've got Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Which one would work for you? You give them the choices that work for you, and then they can narrow it down. You never want to give anybody an open-ended control of your calendar. Okay? You are a businesswoman. Starbucks is open, what, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. I can't say, 4 a.m., whatever it is. They have set hours. I can't say, hey, I want to stop by at 2 a.m. Please have my white chocolate mocha, skinny, ready to go. No, I don't think so, right? So, same thing with my photography. I set the dates and times. I'm not going to say, it's not an open studio, walk in anytime you please, right? Same thing with any other business. Treat your business just the way any other business would treat their business. Set your calendar, own your time, do those things so that you can enjoy your time. Okay? You have set working hours, and I know that at times of the year, like right now, the working hours are a little bit cray-cray. But it's a small investment for everything else. Denise, Stacy, and I were just talking about that this morning. So when Tom has the very few nights that he's off, I try to make sure I do as much as possible so that I can at least have a little bit of time with Tom. But then after he rolls over and goes to bed, I'm all under the covers working some more, right? So people are always like, you don't sleep. I'm like, it's only because I'm, up working with weird hours because my spouse is asleep.
I do that. No, I do
Right?
that every night.
Yes. So
Yeah, turn my phone, and then as soon as you hear them snoring,
the covers get a little hot under there with the phone plugged in. But I mean, that's what I mean. Control your calendar so you can still have designated family time. You can still have intentional working your business time. Those little things that I do in the wee hours, scheduling posts, messaging people back and reaching out to people. Those are all things that you can do at those weird hours, because people can get back to you once they receive it, once they read it, okay? Those daytime hours, you need to be intentional with those 24 hours that you have in your day. So block it out, color it in, create it, those are the times you have available to wrap. That's why I love about our weekly sample parties. Set date and time. Join me here. It's effective use of our time so that you're not running around to Cold Springs and then down south and then, up all the way out in Spanish Springs meeting people. How much time does that take?
Gas.
And gas, exactly. So that's why I always love doing parties, because getting in front of like a group of 5, 6, 7, 8 people at a time, wow. So be very intentional, be very, intentional with that and work it that way. So, anything else? Okay. All right, go home to your families, go home to keep working your business, and then I will keep you guys posted ASAP with baseball and all that good stuff. Cool. All right, you guys, thank you for coming.